Okay, so round two. On the left, we see Mike piloting Raging Bolt with the Teal Mask Ogrepon, and on the right, we see Aaron West piloting a Charizard EX deck. Aaron was famously called out by Azul on the Uncommon Energy podcast as being the highest finishing Lost Tina player in Peoria. Additionally, Aaron was the only master from Tulsa to actually qualify for the World Championships in 2024. Now let's see what unfolds. Okay, so Mike is starting a Raging Bolt, and Aaron is starting a Manaphy. Mike going first, and we'll see a Nest Ball come down, bringing out a Teal Mask Ogrepon. I did see a Grass Energy in hand, so I'm assuming he's going to very quickly use the Teal Dance ability to draw a card. Of course, he has to shuffle his deck first, so while we wait on that, we can see Aaron has a couple Fire Energy in hand, and I'm not making much else out. At least one Buddy Buddy Poffin. The Teal Mask Ogrepon does get to draw a card, but unfortunately it just draws another Grass Energy. We'll see Bravery Charm coming down onto Mike's Raging Bolt, and he goes ahead and he plays a Pokegear. Wait, no, he decides not to play it. I think it's wise not to play it because you're going to be one card deeper, possibly 3 cards deeper. I guess 2 cards deeper if you get your top deck and then you play the energy onto the Ogrepon with the Teal Dance ability. So being able to dig deeper, looking for those supporters, is a key thing that can help your games go a little more smoothly. Looks like Aaron also has a Lost City in hand, and he's played this Buddy Buddy Poffin to get a Charmander and a Bidoof, quickly followed by an Arven, which he's also getting another Buddy Buddy Poffin and a Forest Sealstone. So Aaron is definitely getting a wide board set up. He'll plop down 2 more Pokemon with less than 70 HP, and one of them is a Cleffa to then potentially draw his hand back up to 7 cards if Aaron chooses to attach the energy to a Manaphy and retreat it. Mike is struggling to decide whether or not to cut. Meanwhile, Aaron is quickly attaching the energy and retreating. And then we will see Lost City played down, followed by a Grasping Draw to get 1, 2, 3 additional cards into Aaron's hand. Okay, pass back to Mike. I mean, not pass, but action back to Mike. We see another Grass Energy, so Teal Dance is going to fire off once again, allowing Mike to dig 1 more card deeper. And now we have an Ultra Ball and a Pokegear. Playing with Pokegear next is okay, but again, you could use that Ultra Ball so that you're thinning your deck a little bit more first. Could even use the Ultra Ball to get a Radiant Greninja to then further. We did see a complete miss there off of that Pokegear, and now Mike is considering what he wants to do. So we see an Ultra Ball played, discarding the energy and the other Pokegear. This feels a little bit rough to me. I understand sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. It looks like Mike is settling on getting a Rotom V to draw some cards going into the next turn. Oh, but he does have the Forest Sealstone. He could attach Forest Sealstone and make a play with that if he wants. He is attaching. Is he going to use that Forest Sealstone? Looks like he is not. It looks like he's going to go ahead and just wait another turn. Of course, Forest Sealstone, a tool that allows any V Pokemon to use a special V-Star ability once per game to just search out any one card they need. I don't think there's a single card in and of itself that does anything significant for Mike right now. Oh, but he does choose to go ahead and use that V-Star ability after shuffling and thinking about how he wants to proceed. He uses it just to get a Teal Mask Ogrepon. And I kind of feel like this is a bit of a waste of that ability. I realize he's going to play, I believe he's going to play this Energy Retrieval to get back a Grass Energy and dig 1 step further, but I really think there were better ways to accomplish what he's trying to do now. He does use the Teal Mask, that'll let him draw, or the Teal Dance let him draw another card, but he has no energy in the discard, so it is not possible for him to play the Raging Bolt, like to attack with Raging Bolt this turn. And he finishes the turn without using Rotom's ability to draw 3 cards. Definitely a misplay there. Aaron's already off into the races, having evolved Bibarel and now Charmander. Evolved up into Bibarel from Bidoof and up into Charmeleon from Charmander. We'll see what else we have going down. I'm suspecting that we're going to see another Grasping Draw from Aaron when this is all over, but maybe not, because with Bibarel in play, he could have a fairly large hand where 2 extra cards isn't sufficiently meaningful. We do see an Arven come down from those 5 cards, so that's 4 cards left in Aaron's hands. We see a Nest Ball. tool is a Defiance Belt. And the Nest Ball quickly retrieves a Radiant Charizard. Defiance Belt going back into hand. I'm assuming now, well, Aaron should have another energy, unless it was discarded as part of the, I guess it was discarded. So we do see a Grasping Draw now for just 2 cards. But Aaron not feeling any pressure whatsoever. And Mike ends up just passing. Again, choosing not to use Rotom V's ability. This time, looks like Aaron actually points it out, and Mike does, it does allow Mike to use that Insta-Charge ability. So, Aaron being generous to his opponent. And it looks like Mike will be off to the races here. With the Greninja using concealed cards to discard a fighting energy and draw 2 more cards. He'll be able to now use Teal Dance to power up the Teal Mask Ogerpon as well. And we can see a few different plays here. He only has 1 energy in the discard. So Sada is just going to attach 1 energy. He doesn't need to bench to fill out his bench with the final Raging Bolt unnecessarily. Now, ideally this would get a Lightning Energy or some sort of energy search card like an Earthen Vessel, but that didn't happen, unfortunately. And there's really nothing at this point that Mike can do to continue the game further on this turn. He's not going to be able to attack yet again. He could use the first attack on Raging Bolt, but he does not. It looks like he passed again. Oh no, he didn't finish the turn. My mistake. But we do see a pass now. And once again, not using that Insta-Charge ability. And Aaron reminding him, actually, again, of the Insta-Charge ability, while Aaron's already progressing through his turn. So we will see an energy go onto the Radiant Charizard, and an Ultra Ball come down to get the main attacker here, Charizard EX. So my guess is that we will see Charizard help to power up Radiant Charizard, and perhaps even to the point that we see another pass by Aaron. Not a pass. A Grasping Draw for 1. And we did not even see an evolution to Charizard. So Aaron is intentionally playing this a little bit slow, not wanting to get a 2-prizer out onto the field unless he's going to be able to take prizes with it. And while Mike starts his turn, Aaron is going ahead and thumbing through his discard, counting up the resources that are in the discard. We see Mike playing an Earthen Vessel, grabbing that Lightning Energy and another basic Grass Energy. And I suspect we'll see the Lightning Energy get attached manually. And I suspect Mike may be trying to decide here whether he's going to play down, whether he's going to conceal that Grass Energy or attach it with a Teal Dance. Looks like he's going for a Teal Dance. I personally would have Teal Danced it onto the Ogerpon that has the Bravery Charm. We do see as well that Mike chooses to boss up the Charmeleon to prevent Charizard from coming into play. And this will be the knockout that is taken by Raging Bolt. See a couple more Earthen Vessels in Mike's hand. And it looks like he's fingering the Cornerstone Ogerpon, trying to decide if he's going to play it down, but chooses not to. I think that's probably wise. So we get 1 prize card drawn by Mike here. And Aaron did lose out on that Charmeleon being able to evolve directly into Charizard. It's also worth noting that Charizard does not have a clean knockout on the Raging Bolt because of that Bravery Charm. Even if Aaron were to attach Defiance Band, he cannot knock out this Raging Bolt. We see a Rare Candy evolution up into Charizard EX here, with the 3 energy going on to Charizard and Radiant Charizard getting 1 as well. So 2 energy on Charizard EX, 1 onto Radiant Charizard, making it so that it has a total of 2 as well. Aaron has not played a supporter, so I wouldn't be surprised now if we were to see him boss up one of the Ogerpons from the bench, or even just the Rotom. It looks like he does have Boss's Orders in hand, and he brings the Ogerpon that does not have Bravery Charm, because once again, he is limited in what he can knock out with this Charizard EX. Wants to make sure that he gets 2 prizes for it, because it is going to go down as well. And we see an attachment for turn, plus the Defiance Band attachment onto the Radiant Charizard. Aaron played all the way down to 2 cards in hand, so he does get a 3-card draw off of a barrel as well. And then we will see Charizard EX attack for 210 damage, a perfect knockout on that Ogre Pawn, which goes to the Lost Zone because of Lost City, but the energy does not go to the Lost Zone. It's just the Pokemon that gets sent to the Lost Zone. Mike choosing to promote the Raging Bolt here instead of the Teal Mask Ogre Pawn. So that surprises me a little bit, because Ogre Pawn could get this knockout just as easily, and it's easier to power up. It's easier to... I think all things Ogre Pawn are easier than Raging Bolt things, so it surprises me a little bit, but I'm not going to say it's wrong necessarily. We see another Raging Bolt come down, and we do see an Energy Retrieval played. It looks like Mike decides to get 2 Grass Energy here. So one will definitely be danced onto the Ogre Pawn on the bench. And looks like we're seeing yet another Bravery Charm come down as well. Radiant Greninja discarding one of those Grass Energies. And we see Mike draw into 2 copies of Professor Sada's Vitality. So now he plays the Sada to get those 2 energies back, attaches a Fighting Energy to the benched Raging Bolt and a Grass Energy to the active. We do see a Nest Ball coming out. I'm suspecting that we're going to see another Teal Mask Ogre Pawn here. Yes, sir. And we may see a Dance to get an energy onto it as well. Actually, neither Ogre Pawn has used Teal Dance yet this turn. Mike taking care to shuffle his deck here. I believe he still has, yes, he still has 1 Grass Energy in hand. And he has ways that he can get more. But we see a dance from the new Ogre Pawn, drawing a Pow Pad, and Mike right away using the Pow Pad to get back. He's got 1 Sada and 1 Boss that are coming back into the deck. And it looks like we're looking at an Earthen Vessel play, potentially. Yes, discarding the Ultra Ball. Presumably getting a Lightning Energy and a Grass Energy. There we go. So the Lightning Energy will probably be manually attached to Raging Bolt on the bench. And then the Grass Energy will finally get to be attached to that Teal Mask Ogre Pawn that I've been wanting to dance with since the beginning of the turn. So we see that manual attachment there. Yes, the Lightning Energy. And are we going to dance? No, we never got to dance with the benched Ogre Pawn. I wonder if Mike realized that he never attacked with it. So he's just trying to decide what energies exactly he's going to discard. And all we know is that it will need to total 5 cards going to the discard. So we see 1 Lightning, 3, 4 Grass. So 5 in total. 1 Lightning, 4 Grass. So here's where we're running into what I was talking about at the very beginning of the turn. First of all, we never Teal danced onto the lower down Ogre Pawn, or I guess the rightmost Ogre Pawn. So that's a little bit of a mistake. But we could have gotten the knockout on Charizard EX with the Ogre Pawn, and it would have only cost us 3 energy when it got KO'd, as opposed to being in a situation now where we're going to see Radiant Charizard come up and get a knockout. And in total, we're losing 7 energy from the board just for that knockout of Charizard EX. That loss of resources could make the difference in between whether Mike goes on to win the game or lose it. I find it a little confusing that the energy is so far away from the Raging Bolt. Hopefully that gets corrected and in the correct manner. Hopefully the players realize that those 2 are still attached together. Mike going ahead in his off time, shuffling energies toward the top of the deck, or of the discard, I should say. And Aaron, I think, finished his turn there with a Grasping Draw. No, that was Industrious Incisors. It would be kind of strange for Aaron to use Grasping Draw at this point when he can just retreat and take a knockout on a big attacker. Now, Aaron is also looking, he's going to fall behind on prizes. He is behind on prizes. And he chooses to bring up that Teal Mask Ogre Pawn. So he's not actually taking out the Raging Bolt, but instead taking out the Teal Mask Ogre Pawn because Aaron recognizes that that Ogre Pawn is a bigger threat than Raging Bolt is for him right now. So, turn back over to Mike. We will see a teal dance. This time it actually happens at the very start of the turn. Aaron is conveniently able to present a single prize board state here, so that no matter what his opponent does, he will end up only taking one prize, and then Aaron will potentially be able to knock out anything that Mike has left with his Charizard EX that he evolves into on the following turn. So it's almost a checkmate scenario if Mike does not play as his supporter for turn an Iono, then Aaron is more or less guaranteed victory in my mind. We do see an attachment after an energy retrieval played. I guess I won't put the cart before the horse. Energy retrieval played, getting back a grass and a lightning energy manual attachment, and then a Sada being played to further attach an energy and draw 3 cards. So what I would actually love to see here, since we've already played Sada, we can make it so that our opponent has to have Boss again. Since Mike drew into his Ace spec, the Prime Catcher, he can first bench the Mew EX and Prime Catcher the Charmander up, and then knock out the Charmander. And while that does enable Radiant Charizard to be played, like to attack again, it forces Aaron to have a Boss's Orders. Now, Aaron's already played one. He's already played his Boss's Orders. He's no longer behind on prizes. So he would have to kind of struggle a little bit, I think, to get to another gusting card to take this win. However, just evolving into Charizard, you see Aaron played the Nest Ball just to confirm there's a Fire Energy in deck, goes ahead, grabs them both, because why not? Attaches them to Charizard. Charizard now, with Mike only having 2 prizes left, is hitting for 300 damage, and does get the knockout on the Raging Bolt there. Mike just double-checking the math, not realizing, I guess, that is a full 300 damage now. So just trying to figure things out here, but it is 300 damage with 4 prize cards taken. That's 180 plus 120. And that is the game, folks. So, like I say, I think Mike could have done a couple things different to make this more complicated for Aaron. But as is, it worked out, and we'll be back shortly with round 3.